Hey, what's up everybody? This is Walrus McFish Sr., and we're here with our daily dose of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Yeah, returning here with part 2 of Zabirius, the Demon Spawn Conjurer of Kikubakutka. And Kikubakutka says, spread unending torment and darkness. That's pretty sadistic there, Kiku. But we can get behind that. We're a pretty evil, sinister demon spawn type. We were feeling pretty good about this character. I think we were feeling relatively okay. We got some good stuff. You know, nothing particularly flashy, but, you know, just some good, solid equipment. And, you know, good spells and what have you. You know, being a conjurer is a pretty nice start. And I think we were deciding whether or not we were going to go to the Orcish Mines or the Lair. And I think we're going to head to the Lair. You know, we haven't even discovered the Orcish Mines yet, and the dungeon was looking kind of dangerous, so let's go work up a little experience in the Lair. We don't have poison resistance. We could go buy that leather armor of poison resistance, but we've got 3 potions of curing and some other consumables, so I think we can handle it. Let's go check it out at least, and see how it goes. You don't know how to get to the Lair, huh? Why not? Is it surrounded in plants? Well, that's annoying. Guess we'll have to go and hack our way through the plants. Electrocute some plants. Take that, you stupid adder. Yeah, what do you think about that? We have to get Kiku to like us, I think. We had just found Kiku's altar, so he doesn't even care for us at all. We have 0 stars of piety. So hopefully he will appreciate us reaping all the souls in the lair. Eventually we'll get Animate Skeleton as soon as we get a pip of piety or so. Yeah, then we can really start our necromantic career. You know, you start in the mailroom, and then you work your way up to CEO of Necromancy Incorporated. But it's a long road ahead. A bone wand, that seems like a good start. You know, that seems like something that Voldemort would have, or whatever. Bone wand, or some sort of evil dark wizard. I'm sure Voldemort didn't have a bone wand, right? He had a wooden wand like everybody else. And I don't remember exactly what it all was, because I'm not like a huge Harry Potter trivia buff. In fact, it's been a while since I read those books. I should read them again. Here's a bunch of green rats and a crocodile. I think we should hit this whole gang with a dazzling spray. Right? We can get everybody. Almost everybody. Dazzle them all. Nice. They're almost all dead, right? We can hit a bunch more of these guys. Like that. Nice. Ooh, that's a perfect dazzling spray, right? Oh, can I not hit all 4 of those guys? Seriously, that seems like it should be so perfect. So let's get this guy. Yeah, we'll get these 3. Oh, no. We gotta keep going with these dazzling sprays, though. This is so cool. Boom. Alright, got him. Dazzle. Razzle dazzle him. Alright, and this crocodile, too, for good measure. Crocodile is blind, so let's hit him with this electric dagger while we might get a stab opportunity. And yeah, see, we got him from behind. That's pretty awesome. It might be worth working up our stealth a little bit more, just to do this more effectively. And then we can finish this guy off with a couple of stabs there. Yep, and Kiku loves it. Kiku loves all those souls. Kiku's all about reaping souls. That's what he does. All day, every day. That's Necromancy Incorporated right there. But here we go, here's our bone wand. Let's hope it's something cool. Wand of Paralysis, that's pretty cool, honestly. That seems like the sort of thing that like a necromancer would carry around in the form of a bone wand. It's pretty evil. You can, you know, paralyze people and then, you know, then they're at your mercy. You can, you know, do whatever. You can kill them or whatever, torture them. You know, now we're thinking like a necromancer. Pretty dark. Should get out of that mindset. Let's blow up this sheep with a mystic blast. Oh, I missed. Oh well. Let's, how about dazzle them? Dazzle all these sheep. I'm loving this dazzling spray. It makes me think maybe I should even work up my hexes a little bit more. We could get a little hexes, we could get a stealth, and then we could seriously be stabbing these guys with our dagger of electrocution. It seems like a pretty good plan. How's our necromancy coming along? Not even at 1. Maybe that means I should be turning something else off. Yeah. Maybe I can't really afford to turn on my hexes or my stealth right now. But we'll keep it in mind. We'll keep it in mind for the future. Kill this guy. I bet we can just stab him, right? How about one more dazzling spray? There we go. It's awesome. I'm digging that spell. I'm just feeling that spell today. And it's really doing well. Alright, so here's the Spiny Frog. This thing is legitimately dangerous. Let's try to hit it with a couple Mystic Blasts. No, we can't hit it from that far. Can we get a Battle Sphere up? What's my odds on that? 17%? Let's try it. Nice. Check that out. Sweet Battle Sphere. I love the way Battle Spheres look and act. That makes it all worthwhile. Get him, Battle Sphere. Get him. Back off. Blast him. Nice. Oh, it dissipated. That was a little disappointing, but the Spiny Frog is almost dead. Let's hit him with one last Dazzling Spray to finish him off. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Necromancy up to 1. We hadn't been training it long, and you know, the way that skills have distributed is pseudo-random. Let's turn Conjurations on just regular level for now. That's already up at 10. We don't want that hogging up too much of our skills when it would give us a disproportionately small benefit. Okay, Iguana. Let's hit him with Mystic Blast. He's only white, right, on a Threadometer. Yep, and then one more Magic Dart does it. How's our hunger on our spells look, by the way? Dazzling Spray is only 2 pips, so we can really use Dazzling Spray a lot. Mystic Blast and Battle Sphere are still a little bit up there, but Dazzling Spray we can really afford to use all the time. Let's use it right now. Dazzle a crocodile. Yeah, 3 Dazzling Sprays to kill a crocodile. I'm okay with that. Totally okay. How about we just stab this iguana? Yeah, we can just stab that iguana to death. How's my short blades coming along? It's not terrible, right? We can hold our own. We can stab a guy, especially if we've got this cool electrical dagger. Okay, 5-headed Hydra. This is the first time that I am legitimately a little bit scared. Let's try... What's the best thing against a Hydra here? Is it Mystic Blast? A couple of Mystic Blasts first? Let's try a couple of Mystic Blasts and just see if we can kill him. Yeah, Mystic Blast. Mystic Blast. Alright, here's where I try a Dazzling Spray. Whoops. Alright, we missed. We really don't want to die here. We've got some ways out of this. We could try the Wand of Paralysis. I wish I knew Blink, but I don't. Or like Swiftness or something. We do have 18 AC, so it's not like I'm super scared. Where's the way out? It's up here. That's far away. We could try just Fear. It's only 5-headed, though. Can we take this guy? Let's just try a couple more Dazzling Sprays. We might be able to get away from him. Let's see how much damage he does. I think I can take a punch from a Hydra. Alright. It wasn't great. We took 13 damage. Alright. We hit him with the spray, but it's like that didn't help much. Can we paralyze him? Let's try Paralysis. Yeah, it worked. It totally worked. Okay, this is great. We can just stab him now, right? Yeah? Okay, good. That's a way to deal with Hydras. And in fact, that maybe tells me I want to turn my evocations on. I don't know. I got so much stuff I want to train now. Train my stealth would have helped in that situation, and my evocations. But that worked really, 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 really well. Okay, good. We reached level 11. Necromancy up to level 2. We slip into the darkness of the dungeon. That's interesting. So I think what that means is it reduces our visibility, right? It reduces our like area of vision here by 1 tile, which is interesting. You know, I'm not entirely sold on it, but you know, I mean, you know, as a conjurer, you sort of want to have a longer range so you can deal with those people from a distance. But at the same time, it's kind of nice to just be able to walk around and not have to deal with a number of people. It's sort of an incentive to train up our stealth a little bit more and go sort of more towards that route. You know, it makes me sort of feel like in the Ziggurat that's annoying, like I sort of want to firestorm people from a distance. But also, at the same time, it means that there's fewer people in range of me who could be, like, tormenting me or whatever. I think, in general, it's a good effect. You know, I mean, Darkness is a level 8 hex or something like that, and it's, you know, good. You know, it's really good if you're a hexer. So maybe that means we should just be going for the dagger, a little bit more of a cloak and dagger style. And really, we could paralyze people with that. We could learn a few more hexes. I could get down with this. All right. Well, anyway, that's cool. I'm just glad we killed that Hydra without too much worry. You know, it would have been embarrassing to die to a Hydra. Here's a water moccasin. I bet we can dazzling spray you, right? No, we missed. Let's try one more. There we go. Now he is blind and we can get in a few good stabs. Yeah, I think this definitely means time to work up a little bit of stealth and a little bit of evocations. Alright, we don't want to spread ourselves any thinner than that. But it is nice when that wand of paralysis works. Especially against those guys. Oh, we should just eat something. Let's eat one of these beef jerkies because we have so few of them. And it's nice to exhaust inventory slots. Alright, here's a frog which wandered away and a porcupine. Alright, yeah, you're blind. Blind frog, and we can eat him. That's good. Alright, a little bit of frog meat just to top us off there. Here comes a porcupine, which I will gladly stab. We got 18 AC, right? This porcupine is not touching us. And of course, well, let's dazzle him. Yeah, I killed him. We can kill this adder. Let's see if we get any sort of stabbing bonus with a magic dart if we just, if this guy's asleep. Doesn't really seem to be. Oh well. But yeah, okay. And whoa, check it out. We got to our first pip, which means we got Kiku's book. What's inside? A compendium of unholy secrets. What is it all about? It's got some interesting books in there. And some interesting spells. I would have preferred regeneration, honestly, because we have the charms for that. So it might be that the only spell we learn here is Animate Skeleton, and possibly Sublimation of Blood. I do have Guardian Spirit, so I don't know if that sort of cancels itself out in a weird way, though. I'm not sure. Let's just pick up Animate Skeleton for sure. And then we'll see where that goes from there. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, memorize Animate Skeleton. It's C. Alright, you know what? That's fine. Let's just set our... We're going to set a macro for that because we expect to cast it a lot. 2 should be ZC. Alright. Now 2 is like my butcher button. Let's not forget about that. And even things, yeah, like this, we can butcher, and now we got a skeleton. That's great. Where was that Hydra? I'm gonna get a Hydra. There we go, yeah, we get a Hydra skeleton. And a snake skeleton. Snake skeletons look really cool. You ever seen like a snake skeleton, like a preserved snake or something at a museum? It's pretty cool, right? They've got all those vertebrae and such. They're very impressive. They have incredible flexibility. I used to work at a natural history museum, and it was cool. There you got to see the taxonomy room where all the preserved species and everything was pretty cool. They even had some like extinct species in there that were preserved, and that was a trip to see for sure. Nice. Blinded the hippogriff. Okay, yeah. You know, it is a little strange to go for necromancy and stealth because we're going to have all of these guys following us around all the time. But skeletons are pretty stealthy, right? I guess they clack around a little bit, but I like to imagine that maybe these bones are held up by necromantic energies, so perhaps they're separated from each other a little bit anyway. You know, maybe there's a nice layer of cartilage still on there, you know, give it a little bit of stealth factor. Here's a 5-headed Hydra. Let's see if we can do a little bit better with this one. You know, it would be nice. You know, that paralysis move was pretty nice, but I feel like I should be able to kill this guy from a distance at range here. I keep saying from a distance. I was watching that previous video. I say from a distance like 20 times. So that just might be like the catchphrase of this video. Okay, this guy is awake again. Let's get a Battle Sphere up and try to hit him with a few... How about just a few more Mystic Blasts and Battle Spheres? We'll just wail on him. Look at that. Yeah, that did some damage. One more. We killed the Quokka by accident. Alright, that's hilarious. And then you're almost dead. One more dazzling spray. That I think the Battle Sphere will still proc on that. Right? Yes, the Battle Sphere fired and in fact killed it. Totally procced. And stealth up to 2, evocations up to 1, so those skills were pretty good, right? Here's the Quokka, we can eat that up. Oh, I should have raised the skeleton, but we can still do that. No, we can't. Skeleton disappeared. My bad. Right. Dazzling Spray, the iguana. Let's just cast Dazzling Spray until these things die. Forgot about Searing Ray, too. That might have been a good spell in that situation. I'm not sure if the Battlesphere will fire for Searing Ray every turn that you fire it. I don't know, we might need to experiment with that. Haven't used Battlesphere in a while. I haven't used Battlesphere in .15, I don't think, so maybe they've changed the behavior of it slightly. You never know. I think they did change... It used to be like a level 4 spell. I don't remember if that was in .14 or .13. But it used to be a level 4 spell. It used to be different. And then they changed it because it was sort of OP. It's still kind of good, but it's less of a no-brainer now than it used to be. You know, I mean, you still have to train up a lot of charms. And, yeah, it's more hungrier and everything like that. Finish with layer 1. Not too much difficulty. That Hydra was the most difficult thing we faced, and we got out of it stylishly, at least. So, that was pretty good. Sort of gave us an idea for a new direction of our character. You know, we're going more stealthy. And here, actually, let's find the best place. Yeah, over there is probably the best place for a stash. Because we are actually getting kind of full with our inventory here. 2 water moccasins. You think we can sneak up on these guys? Nah, didn't work. Let's dazzle them, though. And maybe we can. I think that Dazzling Spray will probably get less useful as the game goes on. Just because I think that it's less likely to blind opponents with higher HD. And HD is just like difficulty level, basically. So it's much less likely to blind like an Ice Fiend or something like that. Near starving again. Well, let's just eat a beef jerky to be on the safe side. Another Wand of Paralysis. That's awesome. Another Bone Wand. So we're really working up our Bone Wand collection. We could definitely use that to good effect if we're pretty good at stabbing things. So our stealth combined with our evocations, I'm feeling good about training that up. You know, rationalize that. Obviously, as humans, we have a tendency to just rationalize everything we do as good decisions. I forget what the name for that effect is, right? There's an effect for that, or some kind of bias for that, or whatever. But it's probably, you know, a psychological necessity, realistically. Otherwise, you would drive yourself crazy, you know, doubting all of your decisions. As if we don't do that enough already. But here's a Komodo dragon. We remember that Komodo dragons don't make you sick anymore, but they seem to bite really hard, so I'd rather not even get anywhere close to him. Let's throw up a Battlesphere, and then just throw up a couple Mystic Blasts this way. A Dazzling Spray, how about? Yeah, okay, now he's blind. One more Magic Dart, I think, even ought to do it. There we go. And I didn't feel bad about using so much hunger on that, because I'm about to animate it and eat him. Convenient Butcher Spell. That's why I love Animate Skeleton. I'm pretty sure it's hungerless, right? Yeah, there's no reason why it wouldn't be. We can cast level 1 and 2 spells hungerlessly, which is not great, but better than nothing. Hey, Mr. Frog, can we sneak up on you? Now I want to sneak up on people. Yeah, that was awesome. How about you, Mr. Snake? I bet we can. Nice. Check out those stabs. Alright, all of a sudden we're a stabby character. It was that slipping into the darkness of the dungeon. Of course, we've still got our posse of skeletons here. Basilisk is dangerous, but I guess sneaking up on it is a good option. Okay, well, let's blind him. There we go. Blind and stab seems to be a way to go. Ooh, we're being petrified. So I think what the best plan is here is just to back around the corner. Alright, we'll petrify, but he'll die, and we still have skeletons to protect us. Not to mention we're plenty stealthy. So, pretty cool. And we get a Basilisk skeleton. We seem to be working up quite a surplus of skeletons too here, you know. We're running on a skeleton surplus, which is not usually that important. But it's good, you know. It's a little extra damage, it's a little extra protection. You know, if you go to a new floor, you can come up and have your skeletons to protect you. And in a situation like this, I was just about to comment, actually, if you run into a very dangerous enemy, alright, here I would feel more confident in fighting this 6-headed Hydra, just because even if the Hydra gets too close, I can back up through my allies and exchange places with them, which is effectively like jumping a square. You know, it jumps you an extra square, so it you know, I mean, it puts you in a better position against the Hydra if you're making an escape. So, let's try to kill this guy anyway. Battlesphere seems to be the ticket, so let's try another Battlesphere. And then just Dazzling Sprays all day, I think. No, we can't even get him from that distance with Dazzling Sprays. So let's start him off with a Mystic Blast. And then Dazzling Sprays. Yep, alright, keep it coming. Almost dead, but then he regenerated a little bit, so he's not almost dead. Stupid Hydras. Yeah, and look, that battlesphere did it. That battlesphere is doing it. I bet now my skeletons are going to want to attack that plant. Because skeletons are just hilarious like that. Okay. Nope, actually they didn't want to. Maybe they improved the skeleton AI. It seems like in previous versions of the game, if you had summons or whatever and you attacked a plant, they would be perfectly happy to just attack that plant all day. Let's try dazzling sprays here. Yeah, okay. More dazzling sprays. Oh no, not towards my skeleton. I wouldn't want to dazzle my skeleton. I mean, it's like skeletons don't really have eyes, right? Now we can dazzle these guys for sure. Let's dazzle all those guys. Here comes the spiny frog. Let's try to do it like that. Yeah, okay, this works. More dazzling sprays. Just dazzling sprays all day. And in fact, a battlesphere here would have been very mana efficient, I imagine. Should probably do that more. Let's try to stab. Well, the hound is almost dead, so let's just get him. And then we'll try to get a couple stabs on that spiny frog. I don't know if my skeletons are really stealthy enough to get stabs. But here we go. Nah. Alright. I could, what are we going to do here? Just back up. Well, let's just take a couple pot shots at him. Pot shot. He died, and we got up to level 4. It makes me sort of wonder. I wonder when it's going to start being worthwhile to use my pain weapon, if ever. You know, I could look it up, I guess. Or we could do a little experimentation. I feel like when I get my necromancy up to 5, 10, 15, 20, I don't know. I'm sure it just gets better, but, you know, I mean, I'm sure it sort of ramps up quickly, probably, and then it tapers off from there, like most things in this game. Spiny frog, I guess we'll hit him with the old dazzling spray. Now you're blind, and now I'll stab you to death. Right, right. Thanks for following the plan. Here's a bunch of yaks. We haven't actually fought any yaks yet, but we can dazzle them all, right? Dazzle these guys. Nice. Alright, a couple blind yaks is not anything to be concerned about. Heavily dazzled. Is that what it said? Did it say heavily dazzled? Oh, it's heavily wounded. Excuse me. It says the yak is dazzled and then heavily wounded next to each other. I read that as heavily dazzled, which would be funny, you know. We can get all 3 of these guys with a dazzle. That's what I like. I like it. And here we'll just finish them off with some stabs. Save a little bit of magic. A little bit of hunger. Especially because none of those guys left corpses for some reason. Come on, I want yak minions. Isn't the true aspiration of every necromancer to have a skeletal yak by your side? You know, just in case you're planning a trip to the Himalayas or something. It's good to have a skeletal yak. Do yaks live in the Himalayas? Right, they do. They definitely do. Maybe. I'm not a yak expert. I probably should be. I was interested, you know, actually, I have eaten yak meat before. I've actually eaten quite a substantial amount of yak meat. One year for my birthday, I got a package of exotic meats, which was pretty awesome. It was a great gift. Because, you know, I got nothing against vegetarians or whatever. You know, I mean, I think vegetarianism is great. You know, I'm just not a vegetarian personally. And I enjoy eating meats. And I enjoy eating a lot of different varieties of meat, you know, just to see what it tastes like. You know, not necessarily regularly. You know, I'll eat, you know, chicken or beef or whatever regularly, just like most other people, I guess, or most non-vegetarians. But, you know, it's nice to try an animal every once in a while, just so you know what it tastes like. Try it at least once. And so I got a bunch of different exotic meats, and sort of one of my favorites of the bunch was yak meat. We had a lot of yak meat for some reason. And so we cooked it up in several different ways. And, you know, here's the way I'm going to describe it. You know, maybe I was not preparing it correctly, but it had, like, a very dark color, you know, definitely when it was raw. And it was sort of tough, you know, sort of the way you would expect yak meat to be. So you sort of have to tenderize it. And it had almost a eggy flavor, sort of like an egg yolk flavor. Like, I don't want to say sulfur flavor, but that was sort of the impression I got. And, you know, you might say that's kind of gross, you know. And, you know, that's kind of accurate. You know, it's got a very strong flavor, let's say. But, you know, I enjoyed it, actually. You know, I mean, it was just good to eat yak meat. It tasted pretty good. We made yak burgers, cooked some yak over an open flame. You know, that felt pretty good. You know, that was pretty exciting. So we had some good times with that yak meat. I'd recommend it, you know. And so consequently, I was researching a bunch about yaks. I remember seeing a video on the internet that was like, something about like yak races. That was pretty cool. You could see yak races. I'm pretty sure that was up in the Himalayas somewhere. So that's my justification for saying that yaks live in the Himalayas, because I ate some yak meat one time and then I watched a video online of a yak race, which I seem to remember being somewhere in the Himalaya region of the world. Oh, we never actually made that stash, did we? We should probably get on that. Let's see where we needed to go, actually. Let's go upstairs. And then, yeah, this was the right staircase, definitely. So let's make this one. And then we will drop all of our necessary stuff. Random effects we're never going to use. Frost we're never going to use. Paralysis, well, I got 2 of them. Let's just keep one on hand. This meat is kind of redundant. Let's keep the pizza as a snack. And the bread rations, because we got more of them. Remove curse, recharging we can keep here. Enchant armor, I could use that, but I don't have anything that's great to use it on. I mean, my robe is enchanted up all the way. Let's just hang on to that for a minute until I get something enchanted that I can use that on. Remove curse, again, probably better to save here. Unidentified potions, well, I've got 4 scrolls of identify, I should probably use those right now, huh? And immolation is not anything that you have to have as an emergency situation. Books, yep, we can keep here. And this deck of cards, I don't care about that deck of cards. Maybe we'll identify it eventually, but not right now. In fact, let's read a couple scrolls of identify and see what happens. Fizzy yellow potions. Potion resistance is pretty good to have. How about you? O. Potion of confusion, totally worthless. M. How about you? 2 potions of invisibility, very useful. Especially if we're going to be stabbing some people sometimes. So they're great. That's good. And now we will save that last potion of that last scroll of identify, just in case we run into like a really super sweet artifact or something. We want to check it out. But that's good. We're feeling a lot less burdened. Only 35 out of 52 slots now. So good. And on we go. Let me just check to make sure I'm recording again. I'm paranoid about that now. Yeah, absolutely, we're recording. Good. Wouldn't want people to miss out on these Hydra hijinks and such. Hydra hijinks. That's a good name for like a thing. An episode of something. Of this, probably. A worn copper wand. It's a wand of polymorph. It's not the most useful, but it's not the least useful either. Komodo dragon. Let's blast him a couple times. Iskendrin's Mystic Blast is probably loud, right, when it explodes. Let's try a Battle Sphere. Use a little bit of finesse here. And hit him with a couple of these. Yeah, just a couple of Battle Sphere shots ought to do it. Nice. Very good. It did get us kind of hungry, but not that hungry. Get a sweet frog stab there. Frog stabs are very satisfying. I don't know if you ever stabbed a frog before. Me neither, honestly. I never really stabbed anything before. Not really too much of a violent person in nature, I know I talk a big game here on the channel, like, oh, murdering butterflies and whatever, but, I don't like doing that in real life. I don't even like killing bugs too much, except for, like, mosquitoes. And there's been moths in my apartment, dealing with this moth infestation, I don't feel so bad about killing them, because it's like, they're infesting me, Stop that. But I'm not going to kill things for no reason. Like, I feel bad when I step on a snail. Because it's like, oh, man, snail? I didn't mean to kill that snail. Just doing his own thing. So, that's just my philosophy. Of course, as a little bit of a hypocrite there, because I just said that I enjoy eating meat, yak meat, all the time. Let's get an electric eel skeleton. That'll be real useful. But, that's not for no reason. That's for me eating it, I mean, I feel like humans sort of evolved to eat meat in some capacity, so it's good to eat meat. It's in my DNA, I don't feel like that is unjustified. And just following my DNA and eating my meat, but it's not for no reason either. I'm not killing that yak for no reason. I'm killing it so I can eat the delicious meat that lies within. So, that's my rationalization of that. Still probably pretty hypocritical, and it's not like I don't eat vegetables either, I feel like it is, probably most people do eat too much meat in their diet, including me, and not enough vegetables, including me. You know, I enjoy eating vegetables. It's like I should probably eat more vegetables. Yeah, so you get a little nutritional advice here on Wars and Fish Senior's channel. I'm sure that's what you came here looking for. Yeah. Common sense, too, right? Everybody knows you should eat more vegetables, you should work out more, right? It's obvious. It's easy to say those things. It's a lot harder to actually do them. But, you know, once you get into the groove of things, right? I was reading an interesting article that was talking about, and by article I mean post on Reddit. Let's not make this any more pretentious than it has to be. I was reading a post on Reddit that says, possibly part of the reason why it's so difficult to get up and start exercising, you know, if you lead sort of a sedentary lifestyle, is because of your gut bacteria. You know, it's difficult to change your diet from one of junk food because you've got billions of gut bacteria living in your gut, and they all sort of have a say in what they like. You know, they like certain particular types of food. You know, different bacteria are optimized for eating various nutritional things, whatnot. And as a result, they actually might possibly send chemical receptors to your brain, which actually influence your hunger. You know, I mean, they influence your nervous system. They sort of control what you want to eat. And so if you're trying to change your diet, you know, you want to eat more vegetables or something, you know, all the Cheeto-eating bacteria in your gut would be like, yeah, no, you know, well, give us more Cheetos. And as a result, you sort of feel psychologically bad about that. Unless you can hold out for long enough to the point where all of those Cheeto-eating bacteria die off, and you sort of get an ecosystem shift in your gut flora. And then there you go. Now all the vegetable-eating bacteria are in charge, and they tell you, yeah, we love to eat vegetables. Eat more vegetables. So you get some momentum going, you know? So, you know, that I just read that a few weeks ago, I think, probably. So it's relatively recent research. Who knows if you can put that much credence in it. But considering how much we know now about how certain kinds of bacteria and parasites and stuff can actually influence their hosts', you know, neural behavior, I don't think it seems far-fetched. You know, it seems quite reasonable to me, actually. It's Harold. Harold is a unique. He's outlined in red. We should deal with that. It's Harold the Weathered. It's a pretty lame title. Let's check him out. A middle-aged bounty hunter, anxious to retire from bounty hunting after one final job. Well, sorry, Harold, but, you know, this was the wrong job to pick. Also, there's a bounty on us? Who put a bounty on us? That's an interesting question, right? You know, are we that famous? I thought we were basically a nobody, you know? I mean, we start off this game as basically a nobody, a level 1 adventurer. That's nothing, you know, killing rats and bats. But we sort of ramp up pretty quickly. I guess in the time we've spent in the dungeon, our fame has grown to the point where somebody with enough money has put out a substantial bounty on us. That's interesting. Who could that be? What enemy have we made so far? Is it the forces of Zot itself? Who knows? But here comes Harold, and he's asleep. It's probably not worth going up to him with the stab. You know, we could probably not get a stab on him. So let's try hitting him with, let's get a battle sphere out, and let's hit him with a couple mystic blasts. We'll just bring out the big guns against Harold. Lightly wounded. What? Well, let's try blowing up this hound anyway, at least. And we'll probably hit Harold as well. A couple dazzling sprays now. Let's see if we can get him blinds. Blinds. Harold says we got mouths to feed? That's ridiculous. Well, we got encased in a net, which is a little unfortunate. I wish I knew Blink. But I think I'd rather just keep trying to dazzle him. Alright. Wounded. Alright, let's try one more. Come on, you can get blinded, buddy, right? Oh, no. We got confused? Spray of energy hits me? What happened? Oh, no. Well, that was really bad. Whoops. I struggle against the net? Yeah, at least we can still struggle against the net while we're confused. That was really, really dumb. Hopefully I think my skeletons are going to take care of this while I'm just struggling around like a moron, which is pretty hilarious. I'm like confused and blind and just like stuck at this net. Nice. But the Blink Frog skeletons are actually pretty strong. I forgot I had Blink Frog skeletons. And there we go. Yeah, Kikupagaga's happy. My skills still went up despite the fact that I totally botched that. So that's hilarious. You know, Necromancy to the rescue. Necromancy is proving its worth here. It's kind of a good combo to have, you know, a stabber-type character with Necromancy or a summoner-type character. You know, it sort of goes. Of course, we have mostly a conjurer-type character, but we sort of got a jack-of-all-trades thing going on here. You know, we're Demon Spawn. We're good at everything. Crooked Brass Wand. There's a wand of enslavement. Okay, yeah. I mean, with a little bit of evocations, that can be quite a potent tool. Let's try this other wand here. What do we got? Forked glass wand. There's a wand of magic darts. I think we can drop that right away because we can cast all the magic darts in the world that we want to. Alright, here's a crocodile. Blind him. Dazzled. Razzle dazzle them. And they'll never catch wise. Bang out, down out. Wow, now, down out, down out. You know that song, maybe, right? It's from Chicago. Give 'em the old razzle dazzle. Beat and feather 'em. Wah, 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 wah. But, something, I don't know, I don't really know the words. It's a good song, though. I love that musical, actually. That musical is awesome. I like a lot of musicals, but that musical is particularly good. Alright, we reached level 12, and we discovered what seems to be the snake pits. I guess we can check it out and see if it's not a mimic. We reached level 12, that's good. We can get our intelligence up to 20, and maybe some more demonic ancestry? No, but we got a double cleverness. That's kind of nice. Alright, so we got our intelligence super 20 levels. That makes me feel like a genius. We can cast anything. Let's see how it affected our hunger levels. Not by much, but oh well. And, you know, our power levels on our spell is pretty good. You know, check that out. You know, Mystic Blast is approaching full power. Dazzling Spray, not so much, but that's because we just haven't worked up our hexes much. And, you know, it's going to get to full power just with conjurations eventually, probably. So we don't need that much more hexes. We might abandon hexes in favor of other things. Speaking of which, we don't have any spell books, but we do have a bunch of spell levels, right? We have 9 spell levels left. Let's see what Kiku gives us in our next spell book before we make any more decisions about that. Definitely the Snake Pit is one of our things. You know, that's okay. You know, I think that the Spider is actually a little easier, but neither one is particularly challenging. So I'm cool with either one, honestly. And the Snake is more likely to have shops, as we've discussed before. So that's something. I guess let's try not to reflect a Dazzling Bolt back in our face again. That was pretty embarrassing. Yeah, we can get all these guys, though. Nice. This is good Dazzling Spray territory here. And good stab them up. Stab them down. That's how we do it. And a whole bunch of yak skeletons. And yak meat. With its distinctive sulfurous taste. So delicious, I know. I really hyped up yak meat a lot. We're going to ignore that Aklob plant. Although, I mean, now that it does not have permanent effects, you know, corrosion is not permanent, it sort of seems like it might not be that bad of an idea to try to take on an Aklob plant. Probably real dangerous still, though. Yeah, we'll go in here just to... Yeah. We're being crazy. Going into animated skeleton, even in Aklob territory. Alright. And good. Electric Eel comes into view. I bet we can handle that. Let's just fire a Mystic Blast at him. I think ought to blow him up. Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty sure they made it so electric eels don't spawn except in predefined vaults anymore. Oh, slaves are killing things, which is good. You know, not that I condone actual slavery in real life, you know, but having slave skeletons, you know, that's pretty cool. You know, whatever. It's not like they have souls or whatever, or if they do, well, they belong to me. It's my pact with Kikubakutka. It's my rights. I think we can blind these snakes pretty easily. It might be a magic resistance check. I don't think so, though. I think it was HD check on that. I don't really know, to be honest, but well, we blinded the snake. That's that. And we partly explored here. I really doubt that Aklob is guarding anything that good, so let's just be on our way. Layer 3 completes. Quokka. Potions of Curing. We've got tons of Potions of Curing. This is easy. I bet we could blow through this faster than we are. I mean, we want to be cool about this. Alright, Scroll of Enchant Weapon. I think we are going to get up our Dagger of Electrocution preferentially. We're using it a lot. I mean, it's great for stabbing. You know, that'll just artificially boost up our stabbing a little bit. And we are starving. I would have liked it if that frog had dropped a corpse for us. Let's go ahead and eat that meat ration. 5-headed Hydra is not much. Let's use the Battle Sphere. Bust out the Battle Sphere, and then 1 Mystic Blast to get it started, and then Dazzling Sprays from here. Nice. Totally great. And we get a top-tier skeleton here. Nice. Wand of Random Effects is not necessary. Robe. Falchion Robe. Random stuff just lying around the lair. Who knows why it's here? Probably it was previous adventures that got eaten by yaks. Carnivorous, deadly yaks. These yaks are very aggressive. I mean, I don't know much about yak behavior. But it seems like these yaks are awfully aggressive for herbivores. And I know some herbivores are very aggressive. You know, you don't want to mess with a rhinoceros or a hippopotamus or an elephant or, oh, you know, moose, anything. You know, I mean, there's a lot. Any big herbivore is dangerous. But, you know, they usually don't go out of their way to attack you most of the time. I mean, I guess we are sort of breaching their territory here, but I wasn't the instigator. You know, that's why you don't feel too bad about murdering all these animals and foes. Is because, well, you know, they sort of started it. Well, except actually when I sneak up and stab them. That was sort of me. You know, that was me. You know, if you saw me sneaking up on you with a dagger, you would feel justified in trying to defend yourself. So, I mean, actually, it probably goes both ways here. I'm sneaking around the dungeon. I'm sneaking around their home. It's not really my place. So if they're going to defend themselves, I guess it's justified. But, you know, at the same time, we got a mission to do. We got to collect the Orb of Zot for some extremely important reason. Hey, look, a staff of some kinds. I wonder what it could be. Anything good? Check it out. Get over here, you stupid hounds. Can't even reach you because you're so stupid. And then you died. So what do you think about that? Hope you learned your lesson. Thin glowing staff. Well, let's check it out. Staff of Air. Well, alright. You know, okay. I'm okay with that. Staff of Air, you know, I don't know if we'll find any air spells later, but at the very least, it gives us a little bit of electricity resistance. If we had a dire need for electrical resistance, we would have that. So maybe we will go for an air character. You know, I do love air magic. You know, I can get behind some air magic. I thought I was going to go for Firestorm, but now that we have this reduced visibility range, I'm not even so sure about that. And it's not like we've found any easy fire spell books or anything. So I guess it depends on what the dungeon gives us. You know, if we find some spot fire spells or some air spells, I would be okay with that. You know, I would really be... I could go either way. And Staff of Air, you know, is really nice. Here comes an 8-headed Hydra. Alright, so let's get the Battle Sphere, and then we're going to fire Mystic Blasts. Mystic Blast. Dazzling Spray. Alright, he's blind. That's good. Is it worth continuing to fire? I think that probably if he's blind, it probably means he's less likely to hit us. Should I try for a stab? Is that actually the best move for me right now? I think a stab might be my highest damage option. Let's try one stab. And then he didn't hurt us. He blocked us and missed a lot. Yeah, I bet being blind really doesn't do a lot for his ability to hit us. Plus we get to headbutt him, which is awesome. Let's do it again. He's almost dead. One more stab. Nope. But we can get him. We can kill him, right? Oh, he hit us for a lot of damage. Alright, let's try just one more Mystic Blast here. Yeah, okay. We killed him like a proper conjurer. And he was guarding a bunch of fruit for some reason. Hydras love their fruit, I guess. I always thought Hydras to be carnivorous, but maybe that's not true. I was just talking about how herbivores are surprisingly dangerous. And check it out, we snuck up and stabbed that Komodo dragon. Stabbing is pretty OP. I mean, lots of things are OP in this game, quote unquote. That's what makes it feel so good. You know, you can take the game in a lot of different directions and feel strong, even though you're playing radically different playstyles. There's a lot of really powerful spells and everything. You know, if everything is unbalanced, then nothing is. To quote Syndrome from The Incredibles. Here's Nergal, who's really kind of a tough customer, if you ask me. You know, she has a tendency, she's a better necromancer than we are, honestly. She can cast Death's Door and all these spectral businesses, so we should probably eliminate her. I think maybe the best plan is to try to sneak up. Let's try to get close to her. If she wakes up, then oh well. But if she wakes up from a distance while we're trying to hit her with conjurations, it's very possible that she'll just conjure spectral things around us. So I think it's better if we get up close and try for the stab. Alright, come on, let's get a stab here. That'd be great. So good. Just 2 more steps. 1, 2. She didn't wake up. Here's a stab, right? This could be an instant kill. Oh, so no. But she almost died, kinda. She lost a lot of health. I would have thought that would have done more. Orcish apparitions surrounding us, but you know, we've got a pretty impressive undead army of our own, so let's just see if we can blast you with, like, Mystic Blast. Right? Yeah, a couple Mystic Blasts ought to do you in. Bust out the big guns when we're dealing with the uniques here. Alright, we killed the crocodile. That's nice. Are you standing on death's door? No, you're not. So you are vulnerable enough. How about one more Mystic Blast there? Oh man, we got hit with a bolt of draining. That's really nasty, but you're not standing on death's door yet. We gotta kill you. Let's just kill you real fast. There we go. Alright, and that canceled out the draining even. Considering that we actually have RN++, that saved us a lot of health there. And a lot of draining. At RN++, you have a complete resistance to draining, from what I understand. And negative energy resistance, for that matter. Which is cool, you know, I mean, other things like fire resistance, if you get RF+++, it's only like 90% resistance or something like that. RN++ is, in fact, complete 100% damage, draining resistance. Which means you don't want to use this Wand of Draining, for example, against a demon or something like that that does have complete draining resistance. Because it would be futile, completely futile. I mean, it's not like you want to use a bolt of fire against a orb of fire or anything like that either, but it would be slightly more fruitful. Okay, here's some wolves. Wolves are tough. We can blind them, though, right? Blind the wolves. And I think that, yeah, blinding these wolves is a pretty good idea. Actually, they can use their noses, right? They have the ability to use their nose. So I don't know if they actually get affected by blindness in the same way that other non-canines do. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of meat. And wolf skeletons. I haven't eaten wolf meat before. I've never eaten any sort of canine meat. I know that some cultures do eat dog meat, though, you know? And, you know, as much as some people find that to be upsetting, you know, it's okay. You know, whatever. As long as you're... You know, a lot of dogs die anyway for a lot of reasons. Here's Kiku Pakutka's collected works on evil. Alright, let's read it. We got Dispel Undead. That is one... I got a couple of spells that I like here. Agony is good. Agony is a really good spell. We can sort of combo that with our conjurations. If we can cast Agony a couple of times on a Hydra, for example, and then we finish them off with a Mystic Blast, it's a really good combo on things that have a lot of HP. That's great. Animate Dead is okay. You know, I mean, I kind of prefer just having Animate Skeleton just for the Butcher spell, and just for a bunch of cheap skeletons to have around. I don't know if we need to go for Animate Dead for 4 slots. But Dispel Undead and Agony I love. Death Channel I never really used before. You know, Twisted Resurrection is okay. To be honest, it's a little bit... I mean, I don't like to use it because it uses up all your corpses. You know, you don't necessarily have a bunch of corpses. Death Channel doesn't use corpses, so maybe we should consider that if we get up higher in Necromancy. Let's see what happens. What are our rates for casting these spells? 21%. Yeah, Death Channel is still at 89%, so we can put that off. But we could learn Agony and Dispel Undead. We'll definitely learn Agony right now. Yeah. Spell assigned to E. Let's put it on G. G for Agony. Makes sense, right? G. Alright, it makes tons of sense. Okay, so we can cast Agony on that adder if we wanted to, but we don't really. So that's good. Alright, now we're a real Necromancer. Now we're dealing with real dark magics beyond our understanding and control. Boring Beetle is awake. Let's dazzle him. Yeah, and stab him a couple times. We could use the blowgun if we wanted to. Honestly, the blowgun is pretty redundant with a lot of our abilities. You know, I mean, we have tons of conjurations already. Probably that would be the safer, smarter plan. But who cares? Who cares? We're just that powerful. Who cares about a boring beetle? I mean, boring beetles are totally boring. We give them not a second thought. And now we are pretty happy. We're halfway through Lair. Kiku Pakutka is happy with us. You know, up to 3 pips with him. He gave us a second spell book. Eventually we will get the Master spell book. But not just yet. Ooh, a Catalobolas. Fine. We can deal with that, right? We can deal with it. Stupid petrifying cow. I don't even know what kind of mythology that comes from, but I don't care to know. It seems like a very silly mythology to me. Can we sneak up on a Catalobolas? It might be the best plan. Let's see if we can get a stab in here. Okay, well, never mind. We got hit with the calcifying dust twice. Fortunately, we have enough AC that dust doesn't really hurt us very much by itself. But, alright, yeah, maybe this guy's going to be tough to blind. Let's get out a Battle Sphere. Alright. We could, oh, stop shooting this dust. Man, how much dust does this guy have? My Battle Sphere was destroyed. That enrages me. We're going to cast Agony on this guy. Uh-oh. It made me rot? I thought that Kiku was supposed to be protecting me from that sort of thing. Oh, man. We are absolutely using a potion of curing to prevent that. Alright, well, that's disgusting. Let's get one more Battle Sphere, and then back away, and then just use, like, magic darts here to just finish this guy off. And this Catalobolas is a tough customer. Alright. Oh, no. Stop. These guys, they didn't used to shoot quite as much dust. I swear. No way he was wearing that chainmail. That's preposterous, right? Bovines can't wear chainmail. That would be really silly. I don't know if anybody in history has ever designed body armor for a bovine. And actually, I mean, that would be pretty cool to ride bovines into armor like that. I mean, certainly, you know, there have been, you know, body armor. There's been armor pieces designed for equines. You know, people do that all the time. Horse armor DLC. Not to mention, you know, like elephant armor and dog armor and any other sort of animal that was used as a beast of war. So, you know, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if somebody had cow armor, you know. Ride a cow into battle, ride a bull into battle. I bet it would be pretty fearsome. Or, you know, just to protect your cows. Maybe you got some cows, like, that need protection. You know, if you had an army with a supply train or something, you know, and maybe the cattle would come under attack sometimes. Maybe there would be arrows that would just randomly fly and kill the cows, and you would prefer to keep them alive. So maybe it would make sense to fashion them some sort of protection. I don't know. I'm not really an expert ancient military strategist. So, you know, maybe if there's any ancient military strategists in my viewership, you might want to comment. But, you know, I don't know too much about ancient warfare. I know a little bit. You know, I've read a couple books about it. I read a really interesting book about medieval warfare. But, you know, I've played my share of Europa Universalis, right? That counts as knowing about history. Blind Komodo Dragon. We should deal with that guy. Nice. Here we go. Evocation's getting up. Our stealth is getting up. Nice. You know, I mean, that's good. We don't have to get up our evocations that high. In fact, if I get that evocations up to 5, I'll probably turn it off. Just because I've got other things I'd like to focus on for now. And we don't have that much investment in evocations. I mean, we can use our hexing wands. We can use our deck of cards, I guess. Or anything like that. Our Lantern of Shadows helps a little bit. But we really had a very high evocations game. We've had some very high evocations game in the past, including our Naga game. You know, our Naga game had tons of evocations. So let's try to shy away from that a little bit. We'll have another evocations heavy game if we ever play a Nemelex character. So, layer 5 complete. And also, what was that yellow staircase I saw? Didn't I see a yellow staircase? Wasn't there a yellow staircase around here? What's this? It's a mimic. Oh, it didn't show up on the screen. Do they not show up on the screen anymore? I swear they used to show up on the screen. That should have been a red flag for me. But, I guess they don't show up on the screen. Well, we can take this guy, right? He is distracted. We can get a few good stabs in. Yeah, that's the reason why necromancy / summoning works so well in conjunction with a stabber, is because, well, you get the distractions, you know. I mean, you get your summons occasionally distracting the enemy's attention. And then you take the easy stabs. So good. Alright. Oh yeah, here's another thing I wanted to mention, because I was watching the last video, and I was discussing in the last video about how Gastronach was a mollusk, and not an arthropod, and therefore, according to the rules of Dungeon Crawl, he should not be affected by poison vulnerability. And I was saying that it seems like the rule is arthropods, it's almost strictly the arthropods. Not like I know, Dungeon Crawl doesn't follow any sort of strict taxonomy or anything like that, I'm sure. But it's still interesting to speculate about. Anyway, but then I realized worms as well, I think. Worms are vulnerable to poison as well. So it's not just the arthropods. It's also annelids, Also, I think that there are leeches in this game still, giant leeches, which are flatworms, I believe. I think that leeches are flatworms. So, a whole bunch of other stuff. Whoa. Anyway, so let me just finish that train of thought before I forget it. It's not just arthropods, it's also annelids and worms and a variety of things. And I'm not sure exactly how worms are related to insects. I think it still might be an open point of discussion. But anyway, that's interesting. But here's Salem's ghost. We remember Salem, right? Salem was our lovable Felid Venomage who didn't make it very far. He made it to Layer 6 and then he died to Rupert, I think, which was really unfortunate because other than that, he was doing okay. Oh yeah, right? He had that whole nasty business in the ice cave. I forgot about that. So what can you cast? What's your deal? He can cast Airstrike. Whoa. Mephitic Cloud. Whoa. Venom Bolt. Whoa. He can cast some nasty, nasty stuff. We would prefer to deal with this guy ASAP. Can we learn Dispel Undead? That's the question of right now. Let's try to escape. I think he's faster than we are. He blinks, though. Alright, he blinks away like a foolish cat. I think the ghost retains his speed, so I think he still can actually go just as fast as he used to be able to. Can we memorize Dispel Undead? We do have the spell levels for it. Let's see if we can dispel this guy. And, what should this be? It's on E right now. I guess I should put it on... Well, D is already... Let's put it on U for Undead, I guess. Spells. I'll put it, yes. Wait. Dispel Undead to U. And I'll try it out against this guy. Hopefully, the odds are not that bad, and it does just rip through Undead. It really does. So it's a good option for player ghosts. It's a real temptation to play as a necromancy type character just for dealing with player ghosts. It's also tempting to just go in and delete your player ghost files, but I don't like to do that, I think it's a part of the game. I think I'd rather be close to this guy than farther away, so let's just see if we can dispel Undead this guy right now. Blasts. He convulses. That did quite a bit. Nice. He almost died. Let's try one more. Should do it, hopefully. Okay, whoops. He blunks away, but let's try if we can get him. Alright, let's just try to kill him. I'm slow, but let's just try stabbing him to death now. Or how about a little bit of a conjuration here? We could try just magic darts or a battle sphere. Yeah, just one. We'll just throw a couple magic darts at him. Or, how about a dazzling spray? Got him. Nice. Good. Charm's up to level 6. We'd rather not be slow. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, these skeletons are still attacking this fungus. I knew they'd get around to it. Nice. Good job, guys. Now, hopefully this crocodile leaves a corpse. No, don't do that. Just do that. Yeah, here we go. Good. Is that hungerless yet? My level 3 spells are not quite hungerless. We'll get there. We're getting there. Okay, yeah. We'll keep our charms on, because we do want high-level charms. I mean, we have Battle Sphere, which is not perfect yet. 10% is by no means ideal. And also, yeah, we're going to get Death's Door. We're going to cast Death's Door this game. And it's going to save our life. That's my official prediction for the future. 6 orange rats is not usually what you want to see. At the same time, well, we've got really good draining resistance, so I don't care that much. Plus, we can, dazzle them all. That'll be fun. Dazzle them all, stab them a few times. We've got the skeletons coming in on the fun. Yeah, blind them all. Just get them all. Just kill them all. We did get a little drained, but I think that we should probably just get out of it just by killing these creatures. We're going to get slightly more drained because we have to deal with even more rats, but not by much. And yeah, there, as I predicted, my life force is completely restored. RN++ is pretty good. It protects us from 2/3 of that. Negative energy business. Good. Good. Yeah, just get a little bit of a skeleton army here. Ring of positive energy, is that better than what we have? We already have a ring of positive energy. Is it better than sustainabilities right now? We could just get complete negative energy resistance. Sure. Alright, I think it's awesome. There we go. As I discussed, we have complete negative energy resistance. Whoa, this is interesting. I'm not sure if I've ever seen this vault before in my life. The only difficult thing here, I guess, is that slime creature, really. If I could get in, I could get a lot of great stabs. Let's see if I can get a few stabs. Alright, I get at least one stab here. And let's just dazzle them all. I think this is a good vantage point for just dazzling them. We might get a little corroded, but hopefully not. And yeah, just keep dazzling. Just keep razzle-dazzle them, and they'll never catch wise. Yep, alright, these guys are a little tough, right? This slime creature is giving me just a touch of trouble. You know, those guys are a little bit dangerous. But here we go. You know, I mean, everybody else died very quickly. We're happy to stab the rest of them with our electric dagger. I think that probably a Falchion of Pain works against jellies, I think, except for maybe Death Uses. Yeah, I mean, if I look at our skills now, you know, our short blades is 4.7, but that means that our long blades is, you know, not almost as high, but good enough. You know, I mean, we could use it. We've got do we have a lot of meat or something? Yeah, we've got a lot of rotting meat. 5 scrolls of enchant armor? Are you serious? That's incredible. We've got so much armor. We haven't seen any better armor, have we? That chainmail, sure. But nothing that we'd want to enchant up. We got to work on that here. Got to find some good stuff to enchant. Anything better that we can use right away? Scroll of recharging, I don't even know. We have 5 scrolls of identify, so let's identify a couple of our potions. Is this the slime pits? We've been finding a lot of slimes around here. That's for certain. Here's the 2 jellies. Okay. I think we're happy just to, how about shoot a Mystic Blast at this guy? No, really, because it'll explode in my skeleton's face. So I could just use a Searing Ray, or I could just stab him. I think this is fine. The fact that he's surrounded by my minions also means that he's in a worse spot than I am, you know? Scroll of Enchant Weapon, yeah, let's keep doing it. I think let's just get our Dagger of Electrocution up to, like, +9, if we can. And then, you know, that's just a great weapon, Dagger of Electrocution, +9 Dagger of Electrocution. We are so happy about that. We don't need to get our short blades very high at all before that will be optimal. We get our short blades up to, like, I think it's 6 or 8 is however high you need to do it. Eventually, one day, we might find a quick blade, which is theoretically even better, perhaps. Although I think the daggers, you know, daggers specifically have some sort of particular bonus when it comes to stabbing. And, you know, I mean, that's something that can be overcome with skill in short blades, from what I understand. There's a lot of really complicated numerical systems in this game, which is good. You know, I think it's kind of good that it's that complicated. You know, you can't really expect to calculate anything in this game. You really just have to get a feel for it, which is the way it ought to be. I mean, you see the way I play. I play by feel, mostly. It's like, yeah, we could train up a little bit more charms. You know, I think we could probably take this wyvern, you know, who knows. Let's just dazzle him a bunch. Dazzle, dazzle. And he died, and we got to level 13. Lucky level 13. I think that means more demonic ancestry. Yes, our magic shroud is more resilient. Okay. So I don't know what that means exactly. I don't know how that differs from a normal Amulet of Guardian Spirit. We don't care about Wands of Magic Dart. How are we full again? We really need to... Oh, we got so much food and stuff. We got to run back to our stash real quick. Probably even before we finish the lair. Alright, let's read these. Identify on these potions. 3 potions of mutation. Okay. What about this one? 3 potions of poison. Alright, well that's a slot. Identify these guys. Potions of lignification. Well, we're not going to carry those around. We'll drop them off at our stash. And then one more. 3 potions of haste. Definitely worth carrying around. Alright, and let's just go back to our stash real quick. Let's just do it now. Oh, an elephant. Okay. Haven't seen an elephant yet. Maybe my undead slaves killed him, but I think we can just, like, yeah. Didn't even have to use any magic. We just had skeletons. I guess skeletons are magic, but we just stabbed him with the aid of our magical skeletons. No conjurations required, I should say. 2 wolves. Alright, more wolves, but that's not really an issue. Just keep dazzling them. Yep. And keep going. Good, alright. So what can we drop off here? Almost tempted to drop off the blowgun, but that still might come in handy. Wand of Confusion is not very good. 2 Wands of Digging is not necessary by any means. Yeah, a bunch of this stuff. Like, we don't need fruits or beef jerkies or royal jelly or the meat rations or this rotting meat. We can keep the scroll for charging here. We can keep the enchant armor here because, again, we're not going to use it on anything until we have a good thing to use it on. If we found a dragon hide or something, we could have instant dragon armor, instant quality dragon armor. Ring of Sustainability, I guess we're not going to use for now. Potions of Mutation and Malignification, yep, not worth keeping around. And the book. We got the main spells we wanted to learn from there anyway. Staff of Air, we're not going to use for a while, if ever. And this ornate deck of cards is taking up a slot. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Dropped all that nonsense, and we have got a comfortable 36 inventory slots there. Which gives us, what, 16 remaining? So we're back to layer 6 where we at, I think. 4-headed Hydra, not to be concerned with, really. Let's just throw a couple Mystic Blasts this way. How about a Battle Sphere first, and then another... No, come on. Dazzling Spray, that guy. That killed it. There we go. Shouldn't get cocky. I mean, it's still a Hydra. It can still hurt us, but we've proven our worth against Hydras. I mean, eventually, you just have to think, maybe I am actually strong enough to take on Hydras. It happens eventually. As I said in the last video, threat assessment in this game is sort of key. It's very key. Layer 5 complete. Layer 6 not yet complete, but I think almost done. Like, there's a swamp worm. I don't know what kind of genus a swamp worm is. It's a large, slimy worm. If I had to guess, I would guess it was some kind of ringworm or perhaps a flatworm like a leech. I don't know. It doesn't offer a very descriptive sort of description there. It's just a flat, slimy worm. Born an old, flat, slimy worm, and now it's dead. There's that, there's an electric eel. Maybe I sort of wish I had electrical resistance now, but I think if we fire a Mystic Blast at him, he should die. Well, he didn't, but he almost did. Come on, we can finish him off with a magic dart, right? Perfect. It's always nice to finish people off with a magic dart. Oh yeah, worms don't have skeletons, so... It's just nice for that little thematic touch, like finish them off with a feather, that sort of thing. Do you guys ever play any of the Worms games? Alright, first of all, let me, I guess I'm thinking about that right now because I'm seeing so many worms, and I've been talking about worms this video. I guess our other other area here is the swamp, which is fine. We haven't seen the shoals in a while, have we? I don't remember the last time we've been to the shoals in one of these videos, but in any case... I was going to say, if you ever played any of the Worms games, Worms 2, Worms Armageddon, those games were pretty great. And you remember there was a weapon in them that was the prod. That was basically just you poke a worm and it goes like, he goes like 2 feet. He doesn't go very far at all. It's like the weakest attack in the game. It's intentionally a joke attack. And yet, if you can get into a situation where you can use the prod gainfully, to poke somebody off a cliff or something, it's immensely satisfying. And it didn't use any ammo, too, so it was pretty good. We don't have any cold resistance. Alright, so maybe we should treat this guy with some respect. I still think we should try to stab him, though. Let's try to get up for a stab. Nah, he woke up. So let's get a Battle Sphere and maybe a Mystic Blast. Alright, and now a Dazzling Spray, how about? Hits me with a Quarterstaff Freezing. Well, I'd rather he be trying to hit me than trying to cast freezing spells at me. But alright, he's blind now. Let's try to get a nice stab in on him. I feel like a couple stabs ought to do him in. Well, here, how about a few more Dazzling Sprays? He's almost dead. And he died. Nice. Oh, the barrage got him from the Battle Sphere. Perfect. So nice. I could kill him twice. But not really, because he's dead. The only person you could really legitimately say that about is Um, Boris, I guess. Boris you can kill a bunch of times. Whoops. No items here. Wait, what? What happened to that robe of... Oh, whoops, I accidentally summoned Fanar as a skeleton. So now he's got all of his old gear, which is pretty hilarious. That robe of cold resistance I might not have worn anyway, and a +2 robe of magic resistance is probably more universally useful. Although it might be nice to have the robe of cold resistance just in case, just in case we find an ice cave or something. It would be a nice change of clothes. Pack your winter clothes. It's winter, it's December, And nowadays I live out here in California. It was like 70 degrees today, so, it it doesn't feel like winter. I was thinking about that. It's interesting. I wonder if it has affected my perception of the passage of time living out in California. I wonder if people who live in Mediterranean climates they perceive time differently than people who live in more seasonal areas. Just because, with the passing of the seasons, you really get a sense for the year, what time of the year it is. Whereas here, the month is just like a number. It's 70 degrees year-round, which is nice. It's nice in its own way. It's part of the reason why I wanted to move out here. And, I don't know if I'll stay out here forever, but it's a nice place to live, for sure. However, I grew up in New York State, where, obviously it gets very wintry and very summery. So it's just an interesting change of pace. Layer 6 complete. Fanar was no problem. Nothing to be concerned with yet. We saw that shield down there. It will be worth, at some point, maybe upgrading to a regular shield. That sometime might be soon, to be honest. Our shield is up to 6. It needs to get up to 15. But let's get our spells sorted first. Let's make sure that we can cast all of our spells realistically. And then we'll see how a shield affects our abilities. I think having a shield and a robe, too, actually makes a difference. The fact that... what if I wore that shield right now? Let's just do a little experiment. How would that affect our spellcasting ability? Right now, it's like 1, 8, and then some 12s. If I wield the shield, it would be not that much worse, honestly. It's tempting. I guess the higher level spells are going to be a little bit more challenging, but we could just put a few more points in shields. Let's do it. Let's hang on to the shield, we'll make the switch pretty soon. I feel like those spells are going to get more castable, both if we get our shields up a little bit, and also just mainly by getting our magical skills up a little bit. So that's, wearing that shield is going to be a real option pretty soon. I don't expect to be casting anything higher than level 5 spells too often, going into the future. We're going to try to cast the Necronomicon spells eventually, but that's like some real late game ziggurat stuff, like Save Your Life, cast Borgnir's Revivification, and save your life from the brink of death. Or Death's Door. We really want to learn Death's Door. Here's a Death Yak. First Death Yak of the game. Let's see if we can handle him. Throw up a Battle Sphere. And then, okay, there's a couple of them. Tempted here to try a Wand of Enslavement. Yeah, that's no fun, though. Let's just try to dazzle him. Dazzle, dazzle. He's gonna die. Yeah, let's try to hit him a few more times. Back off, Battle Sphere. Stop being stupid. Alright, now he's blind. You can kill him a couple of times. Alright, yeah, you can just die, right? Okay, this guy is giving us a little bit of trouble. How much life do you have? He's lightly wounded, so let's try to enslave him. Didn't work. Alright, that's a little annoying. How about a dazzling spray on all 3 of them? Alright, and we're getting really seriously wounded here. Alright, I can't afford to stay like this. This is bad news. I really shouldn't have fought these Death Yaks as such. What's going to work? A Scroll of Fear? We've got a potion, a Wand of Teleportation, so it's not like I'm that concerned. You're almost dead. Let's just try a Scroll of Fear. Oh, wow. Whoops, that didn't even work. Alright, so it might be almost time for a Scroll of Blinking. You're almost dead. Let's see if we can try one more Dazzling Spray. Alright, that worked. Unfortunately, they're still on my tail. Alright, so let's try... Alright, here's what we're going to do. We could haste ourselves out of here. We could just teleport our way out of here. Do I not have any more scrolls of teleportation? That's interesting. Let's go ahead and cast teleportation on myself. Alright, and then just sort of run away. Yep, alright, and we'll go upstairs. Alright, so that was a little embarrassing. I think that was the first time in this game that we've really, actually, legitimately had to run away. Actually, no, there was that time when we were fighting those gnolls. We got down to 8 HP. We had to definitely tuck our tail between our legs at that point. But, you know, again, you know, those Death Yaks put us in our place. You know, Death Yaks are tough customers. We gotta respect the Death Yaks. You guys can stop killing that plant anytime. Alright, here, I'll help you out. Good. You're really attacking this plant? Which plant? Which plant do you hate? Alright, good. Now they have ended their vendetta against the plant. We can go and exact our revenge. We can, you know, get our vendetta against these stupid Death Yaks. Maybe that means dragging them upstairs so we can deal with them with our skeleton army. We do have a pretty spooky skeleton army. Not gonna lie, it's definitely up there on the spookiness scale. We can grab a Death Yak skeleton, that'll help. We can try to blind this guy. You're blind, let's get a couple stabs in now. Stabby, stabby. Stabby, stabby. It would be nice if we had a couple defensive charms, alright. Could be super nice. How about a Mystic Blast? Oh, no, never mind, alright. We'll try Dazzling Spray down on you. Dazzle Spray, Dazzle Spray, Dazzle him. Dazzle him. Come on, dazzle him. Good, alright, so the Death Yak died to the Death Yak skeleton, I appreciate that, and this Death Yak's now blind. So we can get a few more stabs in as our Death Yaks. Nice. Great. Alright, I electrocuted him. And we get a few more Death Yak skeletons, which is pretty great. Alright, a new kind of potion, too. That's interesting. Worth the identifier, I think. Potion of Restore abilities, alright. Alright, a bunch of elephants. I think we can take a bunch of elephants. So let's just get them in good dazzling position. Get a few of them here. Yeah, we can dazzle a few of them at a time. Get a couple good stabs. Top tier skeletons are going to come in and help out a little bit. Yeah, alright, trampled, whatever. You can trample me. It doesn't hurt. I think it hurts. How about a Searing Ray? Not really appropriate. But okay, now we're going to get a bunch of elephant skeletons just to sort of, for the intimidation factor. And the meat, you know, of course, we want to have that delicious elephant meat. We were pretty hungry. And regular yaks, well, fighting regular yaks after Death Yaks is just a refreshing breath of air. A breath of fresh air, I guess is how the expression goes. Seriously, fighting a bunch of Ys on this floor, a bunch of capital Ys on this floor. Which is fine. Stab most of these guys, here we go. And a new kind of potion, alright, well we don't have the identifier anymore. Might be worth just quaffing it randomly, but possibly not. We haven't found Degeneration yet, we haven't found Cure Mutation yet. We'd like to, you know, save those. We did find the potion of Random Regular Mutation. So, you know, could be worth it. Nice. Good stab on that guy, sort of. Griffin, we can take him out. Take him out, right? He's distracted. One more stab. There you go. What's this? A ruined helmet. Well, we can't have anything to do with that. Because of our awesome demonic horns. It's hard to find hats that fit you when you're got a big pair of horns sprouting out of your head. You know, you can go to the hat store. What's this? Pair of gloves. A ruined scimitar. That's probably worth checking out. You know, a scimitar is a nice weapon. It's better than a falchion. Okay, this Komodo dragon is a little bit of a tough customer. Let's throw a couple dazzling sprays up this way. Yeah, a couple more just so we can get that Spriggan too, possibly. Come on, you want to be blinded, right? Yeah, and you too. Everybody wants to be blinded. We'll just have a blinding party. Right. Blind. Blindness for everybody. That sounds like a fun idea for a theme party, right? You walk in, you get blasted with dazzlingly bright light, so you can't see the whole time. Want a polymorph? We don't need two of those. Oh, Rune Scimitar. We got some remove curse, so let's check it out. A Scimitar of Electrocution. That's pretty great. Do we really need two weapons of electrocution, though? I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know. Let's just drop it. If we're going to be electrocuting people, we're going to use this +6 dagger of electrocution. This game has been pretty generous with weapons so far, you know. I mean, it's definitely not skimping in the armory here. Here's Maud and a Fire Crab. That's a little weird. I feel better about Maud than the Fire Crab, actually. Maud screams, your life or Antarix. You must choose. And what was Maud's name again? Maud the Forgotten or something? Yeah, Maud the Forgotten. which is, I think this is sort of a reference to NetHack, which I think is in turn a reference to something else, which I don't know. I don't know what that reference is going back, so can't inform you there, but it's definitely a reference to NetHack, you know, which is cool, you know, paying respect to NetHack. Let me try poison damage. Let's get out the old blowgun here. Missed. Alright, well, never mind. Let's try, how about a dazzling spray then? Good, you're blind. Good, good. We'll chase him down. Maud, you need to die right now. You're blind again, alright? Pretty easy to get her blind. Got a couple of neat stabs in here. Whoa, Maud hit us with a glowing evening star for double exclamation point damage. That's a little scary. Let's try, how about an explosion here? No, come on. Alright. Are you standing in flame? Yes. Alright, where does the flame extend to? Not there, so let's go up here. Oh no, things are being destroyed by fire. Yikes, this hurts. Come on, get blind again. I liked it better when you were blind. Fire crab looks stronger? What? How did the fire crab look stronger? Is it because it's standing in fire? It likes fire, I bet? Is that possibly it? Or is it Maud? Maud hitting us. Maud doing a surprising amount of damage. I mean, Maud is pretty heavily armored, right? I think Maud is probably wearing a glowing chainmail, yeah, and carrying a wand of teleportation. You better not teleport away. Maud, you died, right? Maud teleported. Oh, no. You stupid jerk. Oh, no, and all of our... Oh, no. This is really hurting a lot. We're standing in clouds of flame. We need to get out of here. Let's just try hitting... Oh, a Spriggan skeleton, really? And we don't even know what a potion of heal wounds is yet. Could be worth teleporting. Or it could be worth just trying to throw Mystic Blast first. Yes. We're almost dead. Whoa. Okay. So at this point, it's time to just blink away. I'm playing with fire here, literally. Read scroll of blinking, teleport up here. Very far away. And now we'll just run away. Where's the nearest exit? Over there. Hopefully we don't run into too much along the way. Alright. Again, dangerous plays here. You know, this is probably my bad for playing like a jerk. I should be using my... I should just be playing smarter, you know, I mean, fighting against Maud like that with just those stabs. I lost my whole skeleton army, you know, partially because I need to learn, like, Orb of Destruction or something. You know, Orb of Destruction is obviously a great spell for a Conjurer. I can't believe Maud was able to teleport away like that, and I can't believe that Fire Crab does such good damage. We really need some fire resistance. So we'll get out of Battle Sphere. Yeah, this really hurts. Fortunately, it missed us, so it didn't do that much damage, but still, just standing in the flame for 1 second. Yeah, look. Alright, now you're dead. You're dead. Mystic Blasts. It still hurts a lot, but you're just gonna die, right? Come on, you fire crab. Die! Oh, no. This is so terrible. Stupid fire crab. Alright, what if we back here? It still is doing stuff. Why was it doing so much stuff? Is it worth quaffing this potion of resistance? Step close to it? Oh no, alright, this is terrible. Alright, again, time for blinking. Alright, this is really bad. Yeah, blinking over here, and don't hit me again. Okay, yeah. Now we leave. We leave. Man, that fire crab. That fire crab really got the better of us. We'll eat this royal jelly. That'll make me feel a little bit better. What is the secret to dealing with fire crabs? Is it agony? Is it getting a battle sphere up in advance here? Let's try that, alright, and then go down. Deal with this moccasin, maybe getting him upstairs so we can have our spooky skeleton army deal with him. That seems like a good idea. Let's try just clearing out these snakes first, because they're a nuisance. we'll get up another battle sphere. Yeah, that takes a lot of hunger. We don't want to do that all the time. Come here, you stupid fire crab. We're going to drag you upstairs. And I'm going to fire a Mystic Blast at you in the meantime. Mystic Blast, Mystic Blast, Mystic Blast. You're still alive? Alright, Mystic Blast. Almost dead. Alright, this is where you die, you stupid fire crab. Got him! Finally! Oh man, that was obnoxious. Of course he does. He has a stupid exoskeleton. I can't even animate him. Alright, we're going to have to eat that meat ration. Fine. Alright, and there's that boring beetle that's been making all the noise. Alright. Hello, Mr. Boring Beetle. You don't even see us. Let's just see if we can get a stab. There we go. And then a dazzling spray, and then a dazzling spray, and then a dazzling spray, and then a kill. Good. Oh, okay. Man, that fire crab. I had no idea fire crabs could be such a... Man, I gained a newfound respect for fire crabs this day. You know, maybe I've always faced them at a point where I've had reasonable fire resistance. You know, having no fire resistance like that is pretty scary. You know, you take a ton of damage. So we're going to have to be more careful. We also use both of our scrolls of blinking, which is bad. You know, that's really bad. It takes away a lot of our emergency options. We need to be able to, if we end up in an emergency situation, we need to have the prescience to cast teleportation early, to get our wand of teleportation. Here's Black Mamba. Whoa, I'm poisoned badly. Alright, we're going to head up towards this escape, because I don't like this business at all. Go upstairs. More poison, yeah, I know, but now you're going to be blind and stabbed to death. So what do you think about that, Mr. Black Mamba? Wow, very severely poisoned, but again, I think we'll get the better of him. Yeah, there we go. Wait out this poison a little bit. Kill a crocodile maybe for a little snack. Yeah, we go. Yeah, yeah. What? Oh, there he is. I was like, crocodiles definitely do have skeletons. You're not going to sit here a game and tell me that crocodiles are not vertebrates. Because they are. Alright. And now we go and find Maud again. Maud and a couple of yaks. Alright. So maybe this is a better situation. We can deal with them from a distance. Let's try Dazzling Sprays. Dazzling Sprays, we can get all three of these guys at once. I think that's appropriate. We killed that yak. Killed that. Alright, yeah, more of this. Maud is more damage, but that's not helping much. I guess we need something a little heavier dutier. Let's try, yeah, Mystic Blast or two. Mystic Blasts. Glowing Evening Star hurts a lot. Okay, yeah, right? This is not very good. This is not where I wanted to be at this point in the battle. No magic. So let's see if we can head upstairs, right? Go over here. Let's just, yeah. Work our way over here. Thanks for taking that hit, Battle Sphere. I appreciate that. Let's go over here to this stairs. We'll summon a skeleton army, and then we'll drag Maud upstairs. Seems like the absolute safest thing to do. Yeah, the skeleton army. Come to me, skeleton army. I knew you'd get here eventually. Alright, and now we can do this. Go downstairs, go upstairs, and now you guys should die quite handily, right? Still hurts. That thing hurts. But so does having an army of spooky skeletons at your side. Man, you know, Maud is just tearing through everything. Let's try a Wand of Paralysis on you. That's how much I dislike you. Maud resists with almost no effort. But here, alright, Maud is unaware. We can get a good chance for a stab. Not a great chance for a stab. One more Dazzling Spray. Severely wounded. Whoa, okay, this hurts. It hurts. Walk away, walk away. This is dead end down here. Oh, no, it's not. That's old zombies. You're gonna die, right? You're gonna die. Let me just get a little further away from you. And then I'll hit you with something. I swear. We're gonna hit you with a, yeah, Iskenderun's here. Maud is almost dead. Fine. How about just a wand of, something? No, we don't have any good wands here. You wield the Lantern of Shadows. I think that's appropriate. Come on, Lantern of Shadows, do your thing. Get him. Yes, go and get him, Shadow. Go and get him. Yes. Get him. Come on. You got this. Go get him. You got this. Come on, my necromantic summons. Do my bidding. Whoops. That hurt. Alright, but we got 2 shadows surrounding him now. Come on. Something hits my shadow, but come on, you got this. Maud. Fanar. Oh, I've still got my Fanar skeleton. Fanar's destroyed. Come on. Kill him. Yes! Finally, Maud died. Alright. This character is running into some real struggles this episode. I wasn't expecting to run into these struggles, and yet here we are. I was feeling pretty cocky at the beginning of this episode. Now I'm feeling a little bit less sure. A glowing evening star is pretty cool. Not worth checking out. I mean, it's good. I mean, we've already sort of invested quite a bit in maces. Or, not in maces, in blades. So, it's probably not something we'll use, but we'll check it out anyway. It's just +1 evening star. Alright, it just hurts a lot. Evening stars are evening stars. They hurt. Especially when swung around by Maud. And there we go. Alright, Fanar died. We can take the Robe of Cold Resistance just to hang on to. If we ran into ice crabs instead of fire crabs, that would have served us well. Alright, yak. Come on, give me a snack. Give me a yakety snack here. Because I am feeling very hungry, quite a bit peckish. And, you know, I've been dazzling all day. I think dazzling is hungerless now, I hope. Yes. Dazzling is officially hungerless. We can cast dazzling without a care in the world, except for running out of magic. Maybe that means we should learn sublimation of blood. I bet that could be a good idea. How many spell levels do we have left? 2. Just enough to learn sublimation of blood. That would be a pretty necromantic thing to do, and also pretty handy for us, you know, if we're not going to have any channeling. Maybe eventually we'll find a staff of energy or something. Could come in handy for us, for real. Alright. We haven't found any better staves, by the way, have we? Nope, just that staff of air. And armor? Anything? Not really. We're not going to wear that chainmail. We're not quite strong enough for that. So, okay. Last floor of the lair. Let's not embarrass ourselves. Let's handle this floor with a little bit more aplomb than the last one, shall we? Square peridot. I don't even know what that word is. I don't know how to pronounce that word. The P-E-R-I-D-O-T. Is it peridot? Is it peridot? I mean, peridot. It looks, you know, French. That's why my inclination would be to pronounce it peridot. But I don't know. I mean, and I don't even know what it is. I presume it's some kind of mineral or substance. I guess we'll put it on and see what it is. What do we find? Emily to resist corrosion. That's good to know. Alright, we can handle slime. We can go to slime this run, which is good because we want to go for 15 runes. We can go to slime relatively early, I bet. Necromancy is good in slime. If we learn Bolt of Draining or something, we could absolutely tear up slime. In fact, I'm a little bit sad we didn't learn Bolt of Draining in the book Kiku gave us. Ring of Ice. Okay, so we got good cold resistance if we need it. Terrible fire resistance, though, still. And we'll put our Amulet of Warding back on. So we have, nice, full draining resistance. Appropriate for a demon, really. Here's a wand. What do we got? Wand of Cold. Good. Alright, we'll definitely hang on to that. And, alright. By the way, how's our shields coming along? Shields at 6.4. What if we wielded our shields? Maybe that'll increase our defense a little bit more. Shield activated. That's pretty good. Alright, we're keeping the shield. We're going to go with the shield. The buckler is pretty lame. We got a proper shield. Nobody's going to get past that. Here's a water moccasin. You know, I don't think it affects our stealth. It might affect our stabbing abilities until we get a little bit of a proficiency for that, but it's not going to be terrible. I hope. We'll give it a trial run at least. I'm pretty sure it's something that we're going to like more than not. Slice the basilisk. Nice. Yeah, that didn't affect our ability to attack that basilisk. Okay, well, interesting. I guess that we failed in casting Animated Skeleton. There is a 1% chance for that. Guess it's bound to happen now and again. Black Mamba? Would you like to deal with that guy? Seriously? You get blinded, please, and then stabbed to death would be ideal. How about we just blind both these guys and then stab you to death as well? Yeah, I knew there's more yaks. There's always more yaks. No such thing as one yak. They always come in yakety packs. You know, of course with the theme song playing in the background being yakety sax. Great song for a variety of situations. Nice. See that elephant stab? Not easy to stab an elephant. I don't know if you ever tried. Again, as I said, I've never stabbed anything in my life. I don't really recommend that you stab anything as well. But then again, you know, if you're in the army or something, you know, I respect that. You know, I respect our armed forces. I don't think that really, you know, professional military soldiers really use too much in the way of stabbing anymore, you know. But I guess you probably might. You know, I don't know what it's like to be out there in the battlefield, you know. It's possible that those hand-to-hand weapons get more use than I might imagine. You know, I think that, I think you would carry a knife nowadays if you were a soldier. I don't, you know, I think bayonets are quite out of fashion since World War II or so. I think they were still used in World War II. You know, I think it might have been Vietnam or so. This looks like a very dangerous situation. I wonder if they use bayonets in Korea. I'm not sure. And I know, I'm thinking in an American-centric fashion right now. I know there are other wars other than just wars that America participated in. But to be honest, I'm more familiar with American history because I grew up in America, and I took an American history class, consequently. Okay, this is going to be a little bit dangerous. Is that yak going to get calcified? Oh, the what? My yak skeleton is petrifying? Can you tell me how that makes sense? It's a skeleton. Let's try to enslave this guy a couple more times. Whoops, alright, well he's getting calcified. I think we should really run to his stairs. Let's run away. This is not something we want to deal with and all of a sudden have 3 death yaks on top of us. Let's be more proactive. Let's be more careful. We said we want to have more aplomb. So let's get down here and drag these guys up one at a time. There we go. Dazzle them, stab them, stab them, stab them. I think the shield is helping a little too. Could be my imagination, but you know, it did increase our shields by a lot, our shield defense by a lot. It would be great to have repel missiles, deflect missiles. We haven't really found any books at all. I mean, we haven't found Kiku's books. It makes me glad that we went with Kiku, so at least we have some books to try. And yeah, maybe that reminds me, we should possibly be casting Agony a little bit more. It's still a little dangerous. I mean, we saw what happened. It rotted us before, you know, until it gets down to, you know, below 10%. And actually, Kiku is protecting us from Necromantic Miscast now, so maybe I should be more bold about casting that. I don't think it can really affect us in some of the nasty ways that Necromantic Miscasts normally would. Scroll Identify, good to know. We had a potion we wanted to identify, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and use that right now. Oh, we got 3 of them. So, okay. Green potion. Potion of Heal Wounds, finally. Man, see, how long do you have to go before finding a Potion of Heal Wounds? That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like they did reduce the frequency of those consumable drops. Who knows? Maybe it's just clustering illusion. Needles of Frenzy? Nah. Not necessary. Spiny Frog Stab. Oh, and a 7-headed Hydra. Okay, well this is not what I wanted to see working around the corner. Let's throw up... What did I do? Oh, yeah, I did what I wanted to. I just messed up. Alright, Battlesphere for real. Back away. Let's try Agony. He convulsed in Agony. That's good. Alright, now let's try Blinding. Let's try a Mystic Blast. I think that's more likely to do more damage to both these guys. Mystic Blast. Alright, well, it was sort of missed, but that's okay. Let's try blinding him now. Yeah, this is good. Alright, he's blind, he's not, but we haven't even taken any damage yet against the 7-headed Hydra, so it's like, who's complaining? Now we killed the Hydra, and we can comfortably stab this guy to death. Comfortably. From the comfort of our own home. That was good. Alright, that was a little bit of a scary surprise to find that Hydra right around the corner. But yeah, I think that shield actually helps quite a bit. I think our defenses are pretty solid right now. You know, they're not like rock solid, but they are like rock lobster. Okay, we did get substantially poisoned there. Probably should have done a little bit more to try to kill him more quickly. Those dudes, those black mambas sure have relatively potent poison. And here we go. Nice. Alright, good. We are almost done with Lair 8, I feel. I feel like we saw the surprise. We only killed a couple of those death yaks, though, so we still have to deal with this yak lair up here. I'm sure there's more capital Y's yet to lie in wait. Wyvern is demoted to gray status, so yeah, you know, we're moving up in the world. Blink frogs are still considered to be yellow, but oh well. Blinded easily enough, I guess. Frog eyes are big, I guess, easy to blind. Yeah, and we did take quite a bit of damage there. Look, we are going to starve. Let's see if we can maybe get a corpse out of these guys before we starve. Nice. Level 14, though. And no demonic business happening, but that's okay. We got our corpse. We got a big old frog corpse. I have eaten frogs before. You know, that's relatively common, but, you know, it's still good. I've had frog's legs. Never had a spiny frog before. I mean, it says their flesh is poisonous. Never had a blink frog either, to be honest. I mean, one imagines that might be... You know, I guess they don't have any sort of, you know, mutagenic property or poisonous property here or anything, so I guess that eating blink frogs is fine for you. They're just ordinary frogs caught in some sort of spatial dimensional rift or something. Who knows? These wolves are doing a number on us, but I'd rather just stand up here. You know, I'm not in any danger. You know, the derivative of our damage over time is not very extreme, which is the more important factor. You know, your absolute health is important too, but yeah, you really got to watch how quickly are you losing health. That's what really, you know, it gives you better awareness of your survivability. 2 death yaks and the Catalobolossus, and yeah, again, you know, that's what we have to deal with. So let's see if we can peel off this death yak. Oh, okay, our skeleton army is going to want to kill themselves. They're just going to want to fling themselves into danger. But oh well. They're pretty stupid. They're skeletons. You can try to kill him. Oh, he is petrified. Try to take him out. My guys are probably petrified too, but you know, it's something. Fulminant Prism would be nice here. You know, maybe we should have picked up Fulminant Prism. Nice. Alright, so he took out the Death Yak at least. That's good. One of them anyway. Okay, still a dangerous situation. Maybe we'd prefer to try to get these guys separated. I don't know if they have a wait and defend AI, so I'm not sure if, for example, that Catalobolos will retreat to his lair. I think he might. I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like he does. It doesn't seem like he's on wander mode at this point. So I feel comfortable just attacking this guy. I don't think he's going to come and get us. Short blades up to 6, shields up to 7. Nice. And a Death Yak skeleton. In a pear tree. Catalobolos is coming at us. He's blind. Now, I don't feel bad for you at all. We'll stab him a few times. Good. Alright, we got a few lucky stabs, and now he's dead. And I feel like that was sort of like... I feel like this is like the main challenge vault. You know, there's always one, like, definitive Lair 8 special vault here. And I feel like this is part of it, you know. I mean, I feel like this is something. A Lindworm is a little dangerous, because they can attack us with fire, and we've seen how unfire resistant we are. Embarrassing, I know, considering how I was talking about how demons ought to have an affinity for fire. And we don't at all. We died to a fire crab, which is a really stupid sounding monster. Hi guys. Alright, so this is a little dangerous. Look at these guys. This is not something I want to deal with exactly. Messed up with my bathysphere. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try shooting that this way. We'll try this. Alright, we can kill all these guys, right? The Lindworm is blind. Deep Troll, not so much. Let's back off a little bit. Alright, now they're both distracted. Let's try blinding them one more time. The Deep Troll is almost dead now, so let's just try one more of these blasts. Killed that guy and that guy. Alright, good. Sort of an unusual pairing there, but... oh, well. Orc Skeleton, we can... yeah, alright. Dead Orc Skeletons, long dead Orcs and Elves. Well, you're back. Been resting there for a while, and now they're back to serve me. New scrolls, of which I have not yet identified for some reason. A new kind of potion, interesting to see. And a Book of Beasts. Interesting. I'm not too keen on that. You know, summoning and necromancy is slightly redundant. If we want to, we might want to learn Haunt one of these days, but I find Haunt to be fairly underwhelming. I don't know if it's worth learning my summonings up to that level just for Haunt, just because I want to do Haunt, because I want to be Master Necromancer. I feel like we're better off, you know, using the Necronomicon for those super spells, you know, like the super survivability spells. I don't know if we're going Necromutation this game. Maybe not. You know, I mean, we'd have to one up a lot of transmutations too. So I'm not sure so sure how I feel about that book. Summon Butterflies could be a good pickup. We could consider learning that. Other than that, though, this loot is unimpressive. Hey, look, more random skeletons. Happy about that, I guess. And here we go, up to 100 HP, too. I'm happy about that, too. It's always nice to get up into the triple digits. 5 Death Yaks. Well, then. Let's deal with these severally. If that's a word. It's not a word. It's totally not a word, right? Boulder Beetle is dangerous, too. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to drag up one of these yaks. Boulder Beetle hit me. Yikes. Okay, well, the Boulder Beetle got a little bit of a running start then. Hey, Death Yak. Any Death Yak who dares, come over here. Yeah, well, really? Alright, you. You're the lucky one. Got a Battle Sphere. Come upstairs. Battle Sphere didn't carry over. Oh, no. Dazzle. Kill. Alright, good. Alright, 1 fewer Death Yak in the world. Now we can go downstairs and rinse and repeat. 2 more regular yaks. Alright, they just scared me because they had the yellow background. They were masquerading as Death Yaks. It's sort of like, you know, camouflage. Not camouflage, but like, you know, mimicry patterns, you know, the way that some creatures evolve to mimic more dangerous, venomous creatures, even though they themselves have limited natural defense mechanisms. And yet it works. Like the mimic octopus, for example. Or the, there's some kind of butterfly, right? You know, monarch butterflies, I believe, are themselves irritating to eat. They are somewhat poisonous. So, you know, I mean, there's another kind of butterfly that looks just like the monarch butterfly, right? I'm not crazy. I don't think I made that up. Here's a 6-headed Hydra. Let's try to back away a little bit. Yeah, we'll throw up a Battle Sphere in advance. Man, I can't cast Battle Sphere right. What's my odds on that? 12%? Come on. Alright, and then here we will cast Mystic Blast on you. Alright, definitely you are the higher priority. Whoops, sorry about that. Yeah. There we go. You're dead. Boulder Beetle we can take out as well, but we can always play, you know, Bullfighter with the Boulder Beetle. Let's try just dazzling him real quick. Dazzle such. Dazzle as such. Dazzle as such. There we go. Alright, he's distracted at least, I think. And we can kill him, hopefully. Alright, come on. Come on now. Just back off a little ways. Try to maybe kill these guys. I don't know. Just try to kill them, okay? Alright, here we go. Alright, we can get a Dazzling Spray here. Good. I am losing magic as well due to my Guardian Spirit's mutation. Which is probably more of a good thing than a bad thing. You know, possibly I could have died by now if not for that. Kiku is no longer to enhance my Oh no, Kiku Bukago was ready to enhance our necromancy for a second. And yet, we squandered the opportunity by waiting around for too long. I'm sure he'll come around again in a second. Done exploring, so that's layer 8. Yeah, we did it. Very good. Let's head back to our stash real quick. And just sort of tie a bow on this episode here. Oh, more Death Yaks. Whoops. More Death Yaks. Never mind. Maybe we can get Kiku Bakudka to love us again. Enough to put an awesome ending to this episode. Alright, just by killing off a couple of these Death Yaks. Come on, then. Kiku doesn't love us yet. Come on. Let's kill off a few of these Death Yaks, though. If nothing else, they're good experienced balloons. Not too hard to kill individually. It's just when they swarm you like that, they can do a surprising amount of damage. Where are you at? Where are these Death Yaks at? They were up towards here. But not any longer, I guess. There's one. Alright, yeah, let's drag you back down here. If we drag them far enough away, we don't even have to drag them upstairs. There, here we go. So blind them, stab them a few times. That ought to do the trick. There we go. Alright, now we've got a friendly Death Yak pal, which is also good. Here's more Death Yaks. I bet we could take 2 at a time, right? Especially if one of them is blind, and we've got 2 other Death Yaks to help us out. Both of them blind. You're almost dead now, so let's just hit him. Let's back off. And you're dead. And you're blind. And you're dead. Alright, well, Kiku doesn't love us as much anymore for some reason. But now I think we did finish off the last of the Death Yaks, at least. So we'll head back up to our stash. And kill a couple elephants on the way. Maybe this will do it. Alright, come on. You love us, Kiku, right? We've been really good. We've been really good Kikus. Alright, yeah, he'll do it. Alright, if we hurry. It might be a limited time offer. So let's kill off that last elephant just to be on the safe side. We're not even going to wait up. Alright. Good. Alright. So here's the plan. We're just going to run for the altar. See if we can make it. Nearest altar is right there. Come on. You got this. Come on, Kiku. Hold out your favor for just a second. Here we go. Perfect. Alright. Kiku. We already have a weapon of pain. We never use it. No, 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 no. Yes. Yes, I do wish to receive the Necronomicon. Thank you, Kiku, for that awesome gift. And for Necronomicon, too. Very appropriate. And it's got all the usual spells that you would expect. Definitely, we're going to pick up at least Borgnors and Death Door. I feel like that'll boost our survivability immensely in the late, super late, post-late, non-necessary game. Like clearing ziggurats. And going to hell, you know, I mean, we've died before. You remember, we've died a lot in this channel. It could happen any number of ways. It could happen at any moment. So now we'll go to our stash for real. And yeah, that was just a great sort of end to this video. You know, I mean, we've got our final Kiku Pukudka gift. We could consider abandoning him at some point. Although we would like to get ourselves a little bit better off before we do that. You know, we don't want to enrage Kiku for no reason before we're ready for it. And also, you know, we want to get good at our necromancy skills, and Kiku is helping us out with that. You know, I mean, eventually we do want to cast these high-level necromancy spells. So we'll hang out with Kiku for just a minute. We might stay with him for a while, realistically. And let's just drop some of this stuff off. We got 2 wands of teleportation. That is something to enjoy. Let's drop that one. I think that was the one that we didn't recharge. Okay. Pizza, we still got that. We need to check out that scroll for sure. Remove curse can stay here. Ring of ice we're not going to use realistically. Restore abilities can stay here. These books can stay here, especially Book of Beasts. And we will read this mysterious scroll. Oh, okay, a scroll of torment. Interesting. Alright, well, Kiku protected us a little bit. Thanks, Kiku. And then, what was this other potion that we got going on here? Bubbling orange potion is a potion of degeneration. I told you it was a potion of degeneration. I'm glad I didn't drink it. So anyway, perfect. Great video. We cleared Lair. We ran into some rough patches, alright? We hit some bumps on the road, but we came out on the other end alive. And at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters in this game. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I'll probably be back. I'm probably going to record these about once a day. You know, I feel like that's a good level for me. You know, I'm not going to, it's enough that I keep steadily moving along, keep my groove without getting burnt out on it. So, in any case, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.